So I'm about to show you the entire repurposing flywheel that can take your Facebook page from making $100 per day to $1,000 per day. And we know that this works because we have implemented this multiple times across multiple Facebook pages, and we've been able to hit consistently $1,000 days by just using this repurposing flywheel. In fact, I have several videos on my channel showing you guys exactly that we've been able to hit this and how we do this. And so what I'm going to do is dive deeper into exactly how this repurposing flywheel works so you can start implementing it on your own Facebook page. If you're already at $50 per day, maybe even $10 per day, you can take this exact same information and use it to scale to $50 to $100 per day. If you're already making $200 per day, you can probably use this information to go to $500 per day or even $1,000 per day. And if you are a content creator or YouTuber already who's been struggling to scale on Facebook, then definitely reach out to me on Instagram. You'll find the link in the description below, or you can also just click the link to find out more information about how we help creators like you scale on Facebook. So before I show you the flywheel, I need to give you some context, because if you go back a few years on my channel, you will find that I talk a lot about how to really make money with videos on Facebook, because that was the only option that you had available with Facebook monetization. You could only repurpose videos to your Facebook page and find new ways to monetize those videos as much as possible, but things have changed a lot. These days, with the content monetization program, you can make money from pretty much anything you post on Facebook. The issue is most content creators and YouTubers don't have a clue how they should be repurposing content from YouTube to Facebook or even other sources, because they have no clue on how to really repurpose as much as they can to create a volume to increase the opportunities to go viral. So now, instead of focusing on just making money with videos, we focus on teaching our clients, our content creators and YouTubers, how they can take their videos and turn that into multiple monetizable formats that can help them scale. So this is what the repurposing flywheel looks like. This is the $1,000 per day repurposing flywheel. And the reason why I call it the $1,000 per day repurposing flywheel is because this is what we have used in multiple Facebook pages to be able to scale past $1,000 per day when it comes to the content monetization program. Because if you wanted to make $1,000 per day with just videos alone, is very difficult unless you're getting multiple millions of views per day in some of those videos. However, if you can make $200 per day with video and another $200 or $300 per day from photos, and you're also making another $200 per day from stories, now all of that combined revenue can help you get to $1,000 per day a lot easier, because you're not just relying on a single format. So this is why I call it the $1,000 per day repurposing flywheel. And it starts with text. If you have a Facebook page where you can test different text ideas, meaning that let's say you have a pet page where you share pictures and stuff about your dogs, you can ask your audience questions. And this just depends on the size of your audience on Facebook. You might have 100,000 followers, you might have 50,000 followers, or even 10,000 followers. You want to use text as a way to test ideas first to see what could work best for your audience based on what your audience actually engages with. We have clients who make anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 per month just from text posts alone. So it is definitely possible to make a lot of money with text. The problem is, with text alone, it's going to be very difficult to scale to the huge numbers unless you're able to get millions and millions of views on these type of text posts per month. Which is why text should be used as a way to test different ideas to see what actually generates the engagement that you can then repurpose to other formats. Which brings me to the next format that we use, which would be photos. And photos are very powerful right now as of me making this video, because photos can get a very high RPM, very closely to video content. Some of these photos can get millions of views. And like I said, everything counts as views right now with the content monetization program. So if you get a lot of views on photos, if you get a lot of views on text, essentially all of that counts as views. So whenever you see Facebook pages saying, hey, we just hit 100 million views in a month, it's not because they're getting 100 million views on videos, it's because they're getting 100 million views across all of the formats that they're posting on Facebook. So what we do is we typically start with text to find out if there's some sort of audience for specific text. And that could be asking your audience specific questions to see if we get engagement. It could be sharing quotes. It could be sharing an opinion, sharing something that would get the audience to engage with that. And then if we see that, then we can turn that into like a photo post, meaning that we take the exact same text and we turn that into a photo. It could be a photo with a quote. It could be a photo with a question. It could be a photo with whatever that is, whatever that text is, we turn that into a photo. Now, if you're coming from YouTube, you might be thinking, how do I turn my videos into text? Or how do I turn my videos into photos? It's very simple, actually. Whatever the topic of your videos are on YouTube, you can turn that into questions that are related to that topic and post them as text on your Facebook page. And the same thing applies with photos. You can take specific sections of your videos and you can turn those into screenshots or photos that you can basically put text on them and talk about the things that you're talking about in your video. So there's multiple ways to repurpose videos into text and photos. You just have to know what is the right way to do it. And of course, this is what we're good at. This is what we teach our clients how to do, which is how you should be repurposing from videos to text to photos to stories to all of that. Now, there's two types of video content to repurpose on Facebook right now, and that is short form and long form. And what I mean by that is, even though Reels have merged into one, where basically Facebook is calling all videos Reels now, whether it's 10 seconds long or 10 minutes long, they're all considered to be Reels now, where previously Reels were essentially anything less than 60 seconds, but now everything is Reels. But we still divide essentially short form versus long form. That means that if we see that videos have done well, we have a 10-minute video, we try to turn that into multiple types of videos. It could be like short form video, meaning we take a highlighted clip of that video, we can turn that into a 30-second clip. And it could also mean that we take a 3-minute clip from that 10-minute video and turn that into a long form clip. So we don't necessarily take the full 10 minutes of that video on YouTube and just upload it on Facebook and hope for the best. No, we try to repurpose as much as we can from this one video into short form content and long form content. And then whatever does well, then we take that specific clip and we try to extract some sort of topic or idea and turn that into text, which gives us additional content. And like I said, the Flywheel is designed to essentially create additional content or repurpose additional content from the existing stuff that you already have. But if you're creating stuff from scratch, this could also mean that you are testing new ideas. So if you're only creating content for Facebook, for example, you can test what topics or ideas will do well for your page based by just starting with text would be enough, like asking your audience questions, engaging with your audience, sharing quotes, stuff like that, to essentially get feedback from your audience and data. And then from there, you can just take some of that text and turn that into photos. And then based on those top performing text and photos, you can create short form content. And then based on that short form content, you can expand on that topic by creating long form videos, which could be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you consider to be long form content. And you follow this flywheel to the point where now you're creating additional volume for your page. You went from posting maybe 1 or 2 videos a day to now posting 5-6 times a day, but it's not just 5-6 times a day of just videos. It's short form, long form, text posts, stories, photos, all of that stuff combined increases your chances of going viral and help you make more money because you have more chances of going viral. That combined with essentially running some ads to help your page grow, which is something that I don't know why, but a lot of content creators are afraid of running ads, thinking that somehow it's going to ruin their page. That really never happens. It actually, the opposite happens. You actually get more reach and engagement by running ads, but you have to know how to do it properly. You can't just be running any type of ads. You have to understand what drives the followers, what drives the engagement for the page in order to run ads that are essentially bringing the right type of people for your page. So this concept of repurposing your content into multiple formats is what's really going to help you go from like making $50 a day to 100, from 100 to 200, from 200 to 500, and from 500 to $1,000 per day. It's not going to be overnight. It's not something that you start implementing and then in the first 30 days you're going to hit $1,000 per day. That's unrealistic. But if you follow this framework properly, over the next 6 months, you should be able to double your revenue every single month because you start to gather data and understand what works for your page, what type of content gets the best engagement, and then you just double down on that content and slowly increase the volume in order to make more money as your page continues to grow. And like I said, if this sounds like it's complicated and you want our help to teach you exactly how to implement this $1,000 per day repurposing flywheel, then go ahead and check the description below. You can reach out to me on Instagram or just click the link to find out more information about how you can work with us. And if you're a YouTuber already with 10,000 subscribers, maybe you have one of these in the back, you have over 100,000 subscribers and you're looking to really maximize your content to make more money on Facebook, then that's where we can help you, and we can definitely show you how to use this the proper way to turn your content, your videos, into a repurposing system that consistently makes you money every single month. But right now, there's only 2 ways that you can make more money from your content on Facebook, and that's why I created this video right here, where you can go and watch, and I show you how to increase your earnings on Facebook by implementing 2 specific strategies that work really well and continue to work well to this day. So if you want to find out, click the link, go and watch it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.